weighing in with an average of 34.28. It's Ben, the stunning Stokes. And his opponent today is Marlon, the mighty Samuels.
What's his average?
Weighing in with an average of 34.19. You're here tuned in to the tables, ladders, chairs match between these two greats at Cricket Mania. Bitch.
Right.
Can you do the rest?
Yeah, okay. This is still the Long Hop Cricket Podcast. We're going to be covering the first one-day international between England and West Indies.
A day late.
A day late. Our apologies. Some questions about the intro, if you don't mind, just before we get into it.
Yeah, go for it.
Why did you pick those two players?
Well, they've obviously got, a bit of history.
Right.
So it's like, they've set up the scene, haven't they? Big match at Cricket Mania, a.k.a. WrestleMania, a.k.a. the greatest sporting event in history.
Okay.
Well,
another question.
Yeah.
What are their outfits? Because that's a big thing when it comes to wrestling, isn't it?
Well, Ben Stokes
what
is
are you
like...
seeing Stokesy in? Has he got a top on?
No.
I reckon any chance to not, and he'd take
Stokes
it off, innit?
And he's got that guy with the mohawk, the ginger mohawk in WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot what his name is.
That's his tag team, mate, isn't it?
Sheamus. He's coming down. He like peps him up a little bit.
Nice.
Like pats his chest.
Oh, no way.
He's just like, yeah, you go for it, brother.
Nice.
Marlon Samuels comes down in like just full like Undertaker gear.
Really leather.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What are their finishes?
Stokes is the wide long hop. Marlon Samuels is just the salute off with a cut to the chest.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. How are you? How are you doing? Before we get into
that's horse.
Yeah.
It was pretty good doing my Vince McMahon impression.
I'm all right. Before you ask, I'm good.
Yep.
I don't think we've got any cricket news today, have we? I don't think so. Should we? Do you want to bash out the teams?
Who would win in that fight?
Well, first of all, it wouldn't just be one, would it? If it was in wrestling, that would be an ongoing trilogy. But a chairs, ladders, table match. Feeling like Stokesy's going to be put through some tables, possibly off some ladders.
But I'm feeling like Stokes will go with the high flyer. I can't see Marlon Samuels walking up the ladder. He's like the brute, isn't he? Like he's like the brute. He's like he's like Stone Cold. He also just like the wrestler who just throws down punches.
Samuels will be throwing him around. Because Stokesy will be up for the jumping and stuff as well, isn't he? He might come off the high rope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might be the high flyer.
Yeah, but I reckon Marlon will catch him, put him through a table.
Oh no.
Yeah, like through the commentary table.
Shit, really?
Yeah, so
fuck.
We'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah. Anyway, do you want me to do the teams?
Yeah, go on.
You want me to do it in the Vince McMahon voice?
No, thank you.
So the first ODI goes Alex Hales, Johnny Bairstow. Johnny Bairstow takes the route of takes the place of Roy. Now, there's probably not a worse person to be replaced by is there, Johnny Bairstow, because you're just thinking, am I ever going to get back in the team? Because Johnny Bairstow will. He will
do well.
Right, you're just thinking
ODI in 2020 he can just bat wherever, can't he?
You're just thinking he will get runs.
Yeah.
And then it's your normal kind of lineup. Mo and Ali comes back into the team. Josh Butler bats. He's down here to bat really late, but I can't see it. The bowlers look like Willie, Plunkett, Rashid, Wokes, and of course Ben Stokes and Mo and Ali as your all-rounders.
Do you think Johnny Bairstow is a long-term fix? Like that's now our ODI opener, or do you think they just didn't really have anyone and Johnny Bairstow never gets to bat, so they put him there?
I could see.
I don't think that's long-term.
You could see Roy coming back, couldn't you? Because he's
been in bad form for quite a while.
Well, this year. But you could see him beforehand. Him and Hales had a really good opening partner.
I think if an average opener comes up, Johnny Bairstow won't be opening the batting anymore.
I think Johnny Bairstow. I think it's for Roy to pick him, to take him out. Maybe they might have a look at Billings. You know what I mean? That's someone who they might have a look at. But I think that's Johnny's until Roy comes back.
Okay.
And
West Indies team?
yeah, we got Gale, Lewis, Hope, who wicket keeps.
Yeah. That's all right, isn't it?
He didn't wicket keep in the Test series, did he? He was just an out batsman. Shay Hope. Marlon Samuels, Mohammed, Powell, Holder, captain, Nurse, Bishu, Taylor, Williams. It's nice to see Jerome Taylor back.
Is Holder the captain in every format for them?
I think he was definitely the captain.
He was in Test matches, wasn't he?
I can't remember if he was last week. Probably. Fuck it, I don't know.
I think it's a bit weird that Joe Root is the captain in one and not the others. I find that weird. That he plays in the other formats but isn't the captain. And let's be honest, if you're Test match captain, you're the captain.
Well, the thing is, though, Owen Morgan's you got to give respect to Owen Morgan because he's been part of the catalyst that have got England where they are ODI wise, being the captain. It's hard to take it off him just because of the Test captaincy's changed.
Yeah,
that
no, I know.
fair,
It's just a bit weird, isn't it?
I think that's just modern cricket now. I think used to be the captain would run out, run through all.
I don't think it's a major problem. It's just a bit bizarre, isn't it, when you're watching it and he's not the captain. But anyway, right.
West Indies win the toss and decide to bat first.
That's bizarre to me. Like recently, it's just been chase, isn't it? It's been
chase,
if you get the chance,
he's
you
not
chase.
even playing.
So England were probably quite happy with that. I don't think you're that gutted, are you? Either way, unless there's massive pitch conditions.
What about
or something.
the thing is, I was thinking today night game. There's been a lot of water around because it's only a 42 over game in the end due to delayed start. I don't know. Maybe they might have tossed beforehand, but what I'm thinking is, do you want to bowl in potentially conditions where it definitely will be at this time of year? There'll be dew around.
Yeah, well, as soon as the light starts going, then it's going to start getting wetter, isn't it?
And so I'm thinking maybe I'd want to be batting at that time and chasing.
Wasn't the overs reduced?
Yeah, 42.
Yeah,
like
due to some weather.
Yeah.
So
you just listen to anything I just said.
No, but I'm saying that's a reason as to why it's definitely going to get damp. As soon as it goes dark, it's going to be really,
there's already moisture
really
around.
Slippery and horrible anyway.
Anyway, Chris Gale gets dropped second, third ball, was it?
It was early. Joe Root should be taking that catch as well.
A good ball, actually, wasn't it?
It was a good ball.
Just rose up on him.
And he sort of half played at it, sort of perfectly in the... It's like how Alistair Cook gets out nearly every single time. Yeah. And Root should be taking it, although looks like it's gone through really quick.
I think he still should be catching. He still should be catching something like that, shouldn't he? Anyway, Chris Gale didn't really make England pay. They got off to a rocket in the first 5 overs.
Yeah, I mean, if he stays in, they're going to get off to a rocket of a start.
When Lewis gets out, they're 45 for 1 off 5.
Yeah, it's cracking.
And they made a really good start there and then, and that's probably mostly down to Chris Gale making 37 off 27 and hitting 3 massive sixes.
Hitting sixes just means you can waste so many balls, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
Because he just doesn't seem to hit it that hard.
Do you know West Indies have the worst ratio of dot balls in
really?
ODI innings? Yeah.
It's interesting.
They also have the lowest ratio of boundaries per ball or per whatever.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, they're actually the slowest, if you like, at making runs.
It's interesting because when we were watching the highlights, I was thinking, like, is this an ODI? Because they're just slapping sixes all over the place. But then you look at the overs, and it's the overs that were like at 34. And I was like, oh, we haven't actually watched that much. Do you know what I mean? The overs go real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
But all the highlights are just sixes.
So, if you look through that batting lineup, Gale and Hope make starts. Is it Jason Holder? Jason?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Jason Holder comes in with 41 not out, captain's innings.
Yeah, good innings.
It just had.
You need someone to go on.
But I think if your captain, okay, fair enough, your captain's stayed in. But if your highest scorer is Jason Holder, that's a problem in itself because none of the batsmen have done well. And if it's only 41, it's just too little, too late. I think Jason Holder's performance was commendable. I think he did really well in a bit of a shit situation. Yeah, we saw Windies go from 45 to 1 to 107 to 4.
Yeah, I think if you have those like starts, you need one person to get 100.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of have some people supporting through that innings, getting 30s and 40s.
And then we saw Windies go 160 for 7. It's kind of where you saw Holder become better, I feel like. He started to really play a decent innings to get them up to just over 200, with only 6 overs left. And it's just England bowled well. West Indies, the only time they looked damaging was in those first 5 overs. That's the only time you thought, oh, right, this could be difficult for England if Gale, Lewis get going. We saw, the likes of Shire Hope 35 off 57, Marlon Samuel 17 off 46. Does that show you that England bowled well, or was it difficult pitch to bat on?
Well, it backs up the stats we were just throwing out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Marlon Samuel 17 off 46. That is so out of character for someone like Marlon Samuels.
I wonder whether he was just trying to stop the rot. Just thinking, do you know what? Someone needs to stay here and just try and play.
No, I think he found it difficult. I think he found it.
I mean, 17 off 46, you're finding it difficult. But at the same point, you wouldn't say he's given up at any point there and just throwing the bat, just started going.
You're right.
Stuff
but it's not coming off like it was coming off really well for Gale. But Gale's a special talent. I don't know much about Mohammed or Powell, but the front 4, Gale, Lewis, Shea Hope, Samuels, good 4 for ODI cricket.
They are a good 4 for ODI cricket. They look dangerous, don't they? But probably prone to a collapse, isn't it?
Yeah,
they seem to be playing, apart from Marlon Samuels, who, like you said, was struggling, they seem to play really aggressive.
Well, I think...
Or big shots, like they were saying the commentary, like all lot stop balls, big shot coming.
Yeah, I think it was, they weren't necessarily playing aggressive. When they were getting out, they were aggressively getting out by frustration and throwing the ball.
And like we said before, batting with Chris Gale, just taking singles out the equation to accumulate runs.
On the slump mics, there was a worry that he'd pulled a hammy, and that's why he went hell for leather.
Right. You wouldn't tell, though, by his batting, would you? Like, he's going for it today.
You want to look at the bowling? Because 204 for 9 off 42 just isn't enough.
Yeah.
That's probably 30, 40 at least below par.
Bishu's, I just need to talk about that dismissal. Embarrassing.
He's a tail ender down the bottom.
No, I know. It's just annoying, though, isn't it?
What do you want to do? Bat it out?
I want him to play properly, rather than just give it away when you're in that situation. If he gets 20 and you got 224, that's a lot.
He's not going to get 20 in that situation. He's going to get.
Why not? Why can't he get 20?
Because there's not enough balls left for him to get 20.
Mate, if he hits a 6, hitting it over his head, Dilshan.
Right. So we see actually England use, is that 6 bowlers? Yep, 6 bowlers today.
Yeah, good.
I didn't know you could count. But of course, the most a bowler could bowl was the 9 overs. I think only 1 or 2 people could bowl 9 overs. Looking through those stats, Moeen Ali 1 wicket, which was horrible. Dragged down on
proper long up, wide down the leg
Lewis's
side,
legs.
slapped a square leg.
But he bowled. He got 1 for 5 off his 2, and he bowled the 2 overs. Rashid bowled really well. Okay, yeah, the wickets were slogs.
Well, yeah, but most of them were, weren't they?
But 2 for 31 off 9 is superb.
Yeah, that's fine.
He bowled. I didn't think there was turn out there for him, but there was a bit of bounce with it being Manchester.
You'd have to bowl real bad for a team to be out for 200 in ODI and have bad figures when 6 people have bowled.
I think David Willey got slammed by Chris Gale in the first few overs.
Yeah, he's got to be perfect for Chris Gale, isn't he?
So his 1 for 39 off 6 doesn't look great.
No.
But that was because he had the Gale treatment early on.
Because Gale got 36.
Wokes picks up 2. Willey picks up 1, like I said. And then Stokes probably out and out one of the best bowlers. 3 for 43 off 9. Bowled really well and had to bowl towards the death. And his final over was disappointing. I think he really needs to nail that.
He doesn't like death bowling.
I think he loves it. He's just not.
He doesn't execute when it comes to death bowling.
People we have seen. Anything you want to add?
No. Let's move on to England chasing. Pretty solid chase, isn't it, in the end?
It looked pretty easy from
Yeah.
the get-go, really, didn't it? I think, I tell you what, Hales looked really good before he got out. I know he only made 19, but he looked like, I know he's been making so many runs for Notts in all formats, but he looked really good at the crease, and he gave his wicket away. He's one of those ones where
recently a lot of wickets in like ODI 2020 of like that square drive.
I don't know. I think people are stuck behind keeping it on the floor or going up over the top, and it's just like one of them half ones.
Half drive, half cut that goes straight to point. A lot of people are getting out like that. Yeah, it's probably a little indecision of whether to hit it over the top or not. But he did look good.
And, of course, Johnny Bairstow, being, like I said, there can't be anyone worse replacing you than Johnny Bairstow. Unless it's the captain or something.
I'm sure we said he was in bad form, but that's just not true, is it? He just had a...
He didn't bat well against Windies in the test. But maybe your idea of bringing it where he's not batting with a tail in test cricket, let's make him open.
No, please.
But 100, that's his maiden.
Fantastic.
And
100 off 97 balls is just perfect when you're chasing 200, which you should always get, isn't it?
Keeps the pressure off.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect innings.
It was a lovely innings. He just looked like Johnny Bairstow.
Just looked solid. Solid.
It was almost like a Joe Root innings where you're not thinking he's power hitting. He's just knocking it around.
He's just playing proper shots.
And playing
aggressive
shots. But generally on the floor, I thought.
And Joe Root, another 50.
Going back to Johnny Bairstow, sorry.
Cute.
Is when I was watching the game, I was thinking he's a perfect opening batsman just because of his running. He's probably got to be the fastest man or one of the fastest men in that team. And he makes ones into twos, and those twos look so easy.
Yeah, I think any format he's got to be batting top 5.
Because he only made 44 of his runs yesterday in boundaries.
Yeah,
he's done a lot of running.
Oh yeah, he's brilliant. He I would love to see how many more. I don't know how it would be possible, but he probably averages like, I don't know, 0.5 more runs than anyone else on
just on.
Do you see what I mean? On the same sort of.
Yeah, he's a really busy player when he runs.
I think he just makes other people quicker as well.
Yeah, he really pushes his teammates. How do you reckon it would work if he had to bat with Chris Gale?
Yeah, it wouldn't, would it? Yeah, I don't know what would happen there.
Well, he wouldn't be able to run, would he? Like, you come up for 2, so I haven't even left for 1 minute.
Right.
Joe Root, 54.
Sort of played on.
A little bit of a,
yeah, sort of like
shot,
sort of between front and back foot, and it's sort of crammed between bat and pad and rolled on, or hadn't rolled on, but another 50. Do you think he's getting close to getting like a mental block or something? Or do you think it's literally a matter of, well, obviously it's a matter of time.
50 in an ODI, you're happy with?
I know, but it's still going to be. You're not telling me he's not thinking about another 50, but brilliant.
Well, he probably couldn't get 100 in that situation.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, he should be thinking, I should get a not out score here on my way to getting 100, rather than getting 54 and then getting out and be like 54 or 53. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Though you said it on here was just like if you're getting 50 each innings or 50 every other innings, it's a nice thing to have.
Absolutely. No, Owen Morgan, he is in bad form. Like, that's proper bad form.
He's in bad form with... This is interesting because he's in bad form with a T20 game. If you look at his stats for the ODI game...
He's been playing a lot of 2020, though. He was playing in West Indies. Really bad form.
Well, his ODI career, this summer hasn't been bad, actually. He's actually batted well. I think he got 100 in the ICC Champions Trophy. He's batted generally well in his ODI, but his T20 innings, he's averaging under 2 in 7 games. Owen Morgan, I think you just have to give him the time.
Yeah, I think he's all right.
I wouldn't be upset with Owen Morgan.
Not yet.
Oh, who would you? Does Joe Root become captain?
He doesn't seem to be getting himself out. Do you know what I mean? That's what worries me.
Is that what Roy was doing?
Is when people just start like bottling it or playing stupid shots and stuff like that.
So, all right, let's just say Morgan retires tomorrow.
Did play a reverse sweep, which is annoying. But yeah,
Who becomes the captain?
Root.
Because I think it's between Root, Stokes, and Butler, isn't it? Butler, I think, has taken T20 captaincy before.
I bet you they give it to Stokes.
Stokes must be a vice captain along the way somewhere.
Yeah, they'd give it to Stokes.
They would, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They'd give it to Stokes.
23 off 10.
That's a big 6 to end the game.
Was a big 6. Pretty comfortable chase, really, wasn't it?
210 off 30 overs. Do you double that if let's say it's a 50 over game? I know it's hard.
They'd be over 350.
Yeah,
they'd definitely be open for over 350.
What do you reckon they would have got if they would have backed they got 12 overs left, 200's on the board, 12 overs left. You thinking 42 overs probably get 300?
300. Anywhere over 300, they'd be pretty happy, I reckon.
I think 300 in a 42 over game is.
That's a good score. That's a good score.
Remember,
West Indies bowling.
Yeah, let's have a little look. Nurse as a bowler as an off spinner. Dreadful.
Well,
Bishu, I've got respect for. I can see Bishu actually spinning the ball, but likes of Nurse and Chase.
Nurse is bowled on.
Who was that big boy? Solomon Ben.
Solomon Ben. Yeah, but
they bring out these big off spinners and they're not great.
Why isn't Gale bowling?
Wait,
Hammy in it. Hammy.
If he can barely bat, I don't think they're going to really risk him bowling.
Oh yeah, he did have a massive action where he needed his hamstring to be working.
Did he not come in with the Harbison thing?
No, he didn't.
Swinging of the arms. Jerome Taylor, I like Jerome Taylor.
I just think they didn't really ever get a sniff of being able to win the game. Do you know what I mean? They never got a couple early wickets and then you're in it, or not even, or just England starting really slowly. It just never really looked that.
The only thing that looked good for them was when they took Root and Morgan's wicket in about 4 overs.
You need another 2 to be going for you to be like, we're right in it now.
But they were still 175 for 3 off 27.
Yeah, I know.
It was too little, too late. But that was the only part where you thought, oh, actually, they've challenged England in those 4 overs. It's a shame, though. West Indies. It's kind of odd because West Indies are probably the best, T20 side in the world.
Well,
up there, they
are, aren't they?
Yeah, they won the last World T20, but they're struggling to have automatic qualification for the World Cup ODI format.
Yeah, I think they're very good, sort of explosive and short.
You think that
bursts.
Yeah, that when their players pay off, it really
comes
off, kind of
but
thing.
it's a short period of time. They've really struggled test matches, struggled with ODI.
You think that could be something to do with, without getting too deep on this,
right?
The fact that the money that's in, I don't know, but the money that's in West Indies cricket at the moment, we all know is not great. We all know they've had big cuts and whatnot, and the ICC have put money in India, South Africa, Australia, and England's pocket instead of the West Indies. And actually, those guys who are West Indies players who play a lot of T20 cricket are getting that experience of playing those games. They're getting that vital experience. They know how to win, but they know how to do it in a T20 style. So like Chris Gales is brilliant in playing T20.
And also if you're trying to make a career, like trying to make money, 2020 is the way to go. So
how much ODI cricket or 50 over cricket are those going to play?
If there's no money in your domestic leagues, you're definitely going to go 2020 route. So yeah, it's understandable.
Did you see what Tino Best put on Twitter?
No, I didn't.
I retweeted it on the Long Hot
Go
podcast.
on. What did he put? Something about Windows.
What? He said, "Oh, I wish I could have a bowl at this Hales.
Right.
I'd like to see you pulling balls off your nose at 90 plus miles per hour." And Alex Hales wrote back saying, "I faced you in 2010. You couldn't even hit the cut strip."
How old is? But Best can't still be bowling.
No, he can't. But he's just like saying that. I wish I was young enough to have a crack at you.
You can't call people out who are playing when you can't play anymore. That's lame. It's like fighters when they pick a fight with someone out of their weight class. Like, you just know that you're never going to face them.
Conor McGregor?
That's just lame. Yeah, right.
That's throwing that one down.
Right. But
Podio.
Good game, or was 200 never enough to make it a good game?
It would have been a good game if we would have seen another 10 overs of Gale. It would have been more competitive.
Yeah. What do you think England would have made that a good game? 270?
That's
or
you're
still backing England to make that?
I'm gonna. Thing is though, England chasing. I'm gonna back England pretty much to do anything under 300.
Okay.
But that's not. I'm not saying that's because England are a lot better.
Yeah.
Or because West Indies are bad at bowling or anything like that. I'm just saying that England have become so comfortable with chasing these days that nothing's really out of the question anymore.
I would agree.
And you kind of it's like England in a test match. You kind of back, especially in certain opposition, you'd back them to do well.
I don't know.
Well, if England,
I don't know about test matches anymore, but
I suppose if England played Sri Lanka,
no, I get what you're saying.
Chase well. England's strongest format is ODI cricket, and England should be winning a lot. They should be number 4 in the world at the moment, ICC rankings. They should be way up there. They should be, top 1 or 2 really.
I think it's all pretty close, isn't it? When you get really high up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I think they can definitely beat anyone, can't they? They can definitely beat anyone. Like they don't go into a game where England aren't expected, where England are expected to lose. That's not like a toss-up.
I think
like, who are you going to pick? That's England's worst, isn't it?
I think England could quite literally win every ODI game they play.
Yes.
And you can't really say that about the test thing.
No, you can't. Well, you definitely can't.
You can't say that England are going to win 5 in Ashes, can you?
Would you say England ODI they're like back, or not backed, but have as good a chance as the opposition anywhere in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, definitely. Well, obviously not in test matches.
Because you could see England winning 5-0 ODI series in Australia. You could see that. That could happen.
Yeah.
Okay, it's slim because not many teams win 5-0 anyway, especially away from home. But you wouldn't put any money on. You couldn't see them winning 5-0 in a test series.
No, they never have. Not in Ashes, so.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
You would be...
Yeah, it's definitely our strongest format.
And I think West Indies, they're obviously struggling with their points for automatic.
I think they'll do it. What happens? They'll end up playing some
end up playing in a
minnow
tournament
team or something.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that they lose to Afghanistan or Ireland or something like that.
Scotland, maybe.
I think it will be much better World Cup if West Indies are in it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I would.
Test international cricket is better when you have the powerhouse of West Indies.
Yeah, I want West Indies to be in it.
And West Indies offer something. They throw something completely different at you, cricket-wise. It's such a shame that they're probably not being backed or supported correctly compared to other teams that are bringing in more money.
Yeah.
I don't know, the distribution of wealth and whatnot. I don't know that much about it, but it's obviously not working.
Yeah. So.
And I think we'll look to wrap it up there.
Okay.
I said 4-1. You said 3-2. Would you go back on that? Obviously you wouldn't, but honestly. If you're still thinking 3-2.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We will be back. I don't know if tomorrow's is a day-night game. If tomorrow is,
we will be covering it. Whatever happens.
Isn't a day-night game? We'll probably do it tomorrow. If it is, we'll probably do it the next day. So
you said if it is twice.
Well, if it isn't a day-night game, we'll do it probably tomorrow. If it is a day-night game, we will do it the next day.
Right, there you go.
Or whenever, that might not even come through.
Okay, but we'll do it. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, if you've liked this episode, then give it a big thumbs up.
Give it one of them.
Subscribe, comment, and we will speak to you
next
week.
Don't forget the bell.
I'm clicking off.